All right. So I really appreciate all of you being here today. And I know that you've got a lot more that you wanted to hear what's going on. And pretty much what Jens and I had in store, and I apologize, he's not on here because he actually has been in the middle of some other things this week, helping our son with a project. And I think to kind of give you an overview, and again, I am Cindy Brennison, Senior Presidential Director. But to kind of give you an overview of what we have on our hearts right now that we've been sharing with Teamwork is that we want to help you see and know what we know from the vantage point we're at now after 28 months in this company. And on the This Is It team, I think most of you already know that we feel like this is the perfect company if there ever was a perfect company. And the thing that I love about LifeWave is that they're doing everything they can to create longevity for us, not only in us through the patch, but in this company. And also, This Is It team for us is the perfect team to be able to create the belief in all of us that we know that we can do this business. And it is the time for all of us to grab hold of it. So if that's an area that you've been struggling with, I'm going to ask you to draw a line in the sand today with us and make this the day that you're believing and that you're going to grab hold of this, knowing that you can. And I know a lot of you, I'm going to say some things that are very basic to you, and others, it's going to be stuff that's going to be like, whoa, this is kind of new, or I don't know why she's addressing this. Just trust me on this, because after 28 months, I really feel like this is what I needed. Jens and I felt like this is what we needed to hit on before the holidays. So as business owners, we've never, ever, 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 ever in our lives seen what we're seeing today. And we meet with David Schmidt every month, at least once. This month, it was 3 or 4 times. We just met again yesterday. And what I love about him are a couple of things that really stand out at me that are so unique is that he has a long-term plan. What he is sharing with us right now is 5 and 7 years out. It's mind-blowing. The other thing too is that with This Is It team, we have a long-term plan also in place. And really, you're going to see at the Rise Up convention what has happened as far as how we're taking things up to a new level. And the other thing I love about David Schmidt is that every single time that we meet with him, he is talking about you all. And the thing that I love is that he values each and every one of us. That is not something that is normally an attribute and a leader of a company. They're generally leading the company as the company begins to grow and get larger and step into, where we're stepping into. They start to lose sight of the value of their people. He has not. And even so, it's stronger now than I've ever seen it. But I'm going to drop a few key nuggets right now as I go through a few thoughts. The first one I want to share is that one of the things that we love about this vehicle is that it's giving ordinary people a chance at an extraordinary life. And that, for me, today in this season of our world and in our lives, I think that's huge. And the other thing that I want to share with you is when we came into this company, we were not looking for this. We were looking for what the patch offers, but we didn't even see it as a side gig until we were actually getting on board. And so I know some of you might be thinking, this is a side gig. It's just a side gig, a little extra income. Some of you might be thinking, hey, I'm just a user. I haven't even decided to tell anybody about this yet. That's okay. You're not obligated to. But what's happened for Jens and I during these last 28 months is that this has become our profession. We still have 4 more companies. We still have 5 grandkids that live in 2 different states. We still have a lot of commitments and a lot of obligations, but this is our profession, and we are excited about what it's offering because we get to bring every single one of you with us. And we know all of you don't want to come with us, but the ones that do, we want to bring with us, because the more I learn your why, the more fuel I have to the passion that I hold within me, because I know what what we've got to do to fulfill that why. And so as we're moving forward and you're choosing how this will fit in your life, for me, even though it's my profession, it's part of my lifestyle. It's part of our lifestyle. And so I'm just going to challenge you, be willing to embrace change and be coachable. I cannot tell you how important being coachable is. I've had to learn to be coachable. I'm always learning how to be more coachable. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think we all know that. People follow leadership and people follow and succeed with a system. We have the best leadership we could possibly have in Steve and Gina and my family and the other top ranks. And by the way, this teamwork, This Is It team, we have created 77 of the top ranks in 28 months in this company. 77, that is like amazing. And so I want you to also know that David Schmidt, Gina and Steve, Jens and myself, the leaders on this call, Kathy Accurso, Joe, everybody here that is a leader, each one of you that I'm looking at right now, you're leaders. And so I just want you to know that we are, as your upline SPDs, we are committed to your success. And then I want to ask the question, are you as committed to your success as we are committed to your success? You don't have to answer that, but I want you to really divvy down inside of yourself, because I know that in order for us to help you be successful, we need you to grab it and want that success also, no matter what success looks like for you, whatever it is. And we want to challenge you and inspire you. This is what today is really about, that you will end 2024 strong, not get distracted. We are all literally bobbing right now, trying to keep our balance in the midst of all that's going to be going on in the next 5 or 6 weeks. And it hadn't even really gotten full blown yet, right? So don't get distracted. Definitely enjoy your family and your friends and your team throughout this whole holiday season. But remember, everywhere you are, somebody needs to know. So share, 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 and patch, patch, patch. And as we've said multiple times, this is the best time of the year to build this type of business. And I think it's so important that we realize that as January goes, so goes your year. So whatever's going on in January, that's what's going to go on in 2025 for you and your business and your family. So this being a 20-year-old company, it's still the best kept secret for health and wellness, both physically and financially out there. But out of 6,000 direct selling companies, we're number one. Don't forget that, because that is such an advantage for you as you begin to share. The company's number one, your teamwork is number one. And I don't know if anybody else saw this, but Mike Tyson was on social media last week or the week before, whatever it was. Days are going fast. And he had the patch right here on his chest, right? And so he was using that patch for his strength and his recovery. And so we're starting to get some free advertisement. And so as you stay focused, and I know you're all focused on your 90-day run to senior director, I'm not camping out today on the little tidbits that go with, the steps we take to 90-day run, but we're happy to do that on another day. But the things that I'm talking about are going to be about the 90-day run. And so I want to say, this is not, I've been talking a lot lately. This is not about just kind of taking your casual stroll to January. This is a time that I want to challenge you to run with everything you have. And remember, as you're doing that, it is not about the knowledge. It's not about what you have here. I had to learn that, and I had to learn it the hard way, because for me, it's about knowing all the science and regurgitating why people's eyes were glazing over. But it's not about the knowledge. It is about your belief. It's about your excitement. It's about your passion. And so the second big question I want to ask you right now is, do you believe that everyone breathing needs this patch? I'm telling you, they do. They do. So I want you to know that we believe that. Jensen and I believe that with everything in us. And that's why we're moving at the pace that we're moving. And so I challenge you, stay zoned in, stay focused. Don't let yourself get too busy for $1 million opportunity. Everybody on here probably has jobs, but your job may not be offering you $1 million this year. This opportunity is. So it needs to be given some attention if you desire to be able to get to that point in your life. And the other key thing for us, this has been a work in progress. What we say is what we get. So I'm going to ask you right now, with this opportunity, what do you want? What do you want? Hold that in your mind right now. Write it down. I want you to know what you want. I want you to say it. I want you to say it again. I want you to say it every day. And I want you to finish the year strong because you're hearing yourself say it. And, you know, those of you that have been on the Saturday trainings, either live or replays at YouTube and This Is It at This Is It team, you have heard over and over and over the fabulous training of the importance of Rise Up. This is its team's January convention, and it's available for live. I think we might have 2 seats left, but I may be wrong. There may not be any. But the virtual is available to you sitting right in the comfort of your home or your office, or even gathering teamwork together to watch this. But we've already had a sneak peek. We've already got our assignment for that event. And we will be casting a This Is It team vision that you cannot afford to miss. Early bird pricing was supposed to end this week, and we begged Steve, please keep it on a few more days, keep it on a few more days. The last I looked, it was still there, but it is getting ready to go up, and this will be the second increase. And I think the other thing is, why is this important? See, this type of business, it is built from event to event and trip to trip, event to event, trip to trip. The trips are such a fun way to get paid, but it's so much more fun when we get to bring all of you with us and build the relationships and become like family. This next trip, Punta Mita, that's going to take place the latter half of April, the qualification period ends February 23rd. I'm bringing brand new people on right now this weekend, and I'm setting a goal for them to be in that trip. That says to you, I'm already in. I definitely can earn that trip. If she thinks somebody brand new that doesn't even know what they're doing can earn that trip, yes and amen, you can. And that trip, when we first looked at it, I thought, oh my word, this is harder than the last one. And then when we took it apart, it isn't. It's easier. They increased the volume that we earned for everything we earned volume for, which was actually at a better ratio than by increasing the volume that we had to achieve. So it's actually simpler than it was last time. And every single trip we have gets better. I said to Jensen when we came home from Punta Cana, how could this trip be better than our trip to Europe? It doesn't make sense to me. Why did it feel like it was so much better of a trip? I couldn't figure it out, and then it dawned on me. In Europe, we had 500. In Punta Cana, we had 1,000. So we have told David Schmidt, 2,000 seats are what you need for Punta Mita. We're doubling our number. We have you in mind, and your name is on a seat, and your name is on our prayer list, and your name is all over the place here in our home and on our teamwork. So we want you to be on that trip with us, and we want to do whatever it takes to get you there. And the Rise Up convention, that's not until January. That's January 10th and 11th. So really, if you've not been to a convention before, and this one's virtual, then this information here, it's for you. And if you have been, then you understand the value. But I want to say to you, it's what we're going to do between now and then that is going to make the difference. It's drawing the line in the sand today, like just put something down in the ground, mark this day, mark this spot for you and your family, that today, if you're not registered for the virtual Rise Up, get registered. That is the least expensive amount of money I know that you could do to invest in yourself, your future, and your legacy. It's just literally cheap. There's no other way to say it. And what you all are paying doesn't even cover what we are putting forth as a team to do the presentation and rent Eric Worre's studio. So know that you know that you know you are going to get $1 million plus education. This event is going to be unlike anything you have seen before. It's actually going to be interactive. There will be 500 live there also, but I don't want to give too much away, but I can tell you that it's going to be incredible. What's going to happen is your conviction in the product and technology, your conviction in the company, your conviction in the industry, which is huge for some of us. Some of us haven't been in this industry before, and we don't know to think of this as a profession. And your conviction in the system and the conviction of that you can do this, all of that is going to come through on this virtual training. And it's going to come through so strong that when you get home or when you're coming back out of the virtual and you have sat there and you came ready and present and you took notes and you're like very excited, no one is going to be able to talk you out of doing this for you and your family, because your conviction is going to be so strong. So it's for the new, it's for the old. If I sponsor somebody the day before that event, I'm going to be telling them, get a virtual ticket if we still have any left, because it's that important to me for the people that I'm working with. And if you're not on the virtual, you are going to feel left out. And that is not good for any business endeavor at all. Excuse me. And I think too that it's going to equip you. What I want to say is it's going to equip you to not just emotionally and physically, but your financial health, to take you to extreme levels that will meet your needs, whether you're there or you're at the virtual, because what I've learned, it's not going to be about everything that's said at that event. It's going to be about the nugget that you needed to believe or to grab hold of this for you and your family. It isn't going to be what's taught. It's going to be what you catch. It's the nugget that you need. So if you take notes Friday night and you start over on Saturday and go all day Saturday, and all of a sudden you have this aha moment or a light goes off, think of me, because that's what I'm talking about. That's where the fire gets lit, when you get that one thing that literally explodes your vision and the passion that you have and what you can do to run and make this yours, because it's real. It took us a year, and I will tell you, you all can do what we did in way less than a year. But do you have to decide you want it? Yes, like your next breath. Do you have to be willing to do what it takes? Yes, you do. Do you need to treat it like it's, your profession? And do you need to know what you want out of it? Yes, you do. But where in the world do you have a family that is willing to help you do that? And when you go to the virtual, or when you attend the virtual, the things that you're going to learn, it is going to be what sets you up for 2025. So when we talk about New Year's resolutions, I'm saying to you, don't wait for a New Year's resolution. Don't wait for virtual convention. Today, draw that line, get your ticket if you haven't gotten it, and know that you know that you're taking off now So you not only in 2024 strong, but 2025 is going to be catapulted to even greater heights with the virtual convention of Rise Up. And you are going to transform your family's life in 2025 because that is what is available and people are going to do it. Why not you? Why not you? It should be you. So how many people do you want to have on the virtual convention? How many contacts are you going to do a day? Jens and I suggest 5. Sometimes I do 5, sometimes I do 15. It just depends where I'm at and what I'm doing. So I challenge you, try to outdo what others are doing because that's when it gets fun. And I know Kathy's like a wild woman too, patching everybody, you know, and I know a lot of you are too, but I don't get to see your activity as much. So keep that up. And how many follow-ups are you going to do? If we don't do a follow-up, then they don't know that they were important to us. They don't know that they have value to us. They don't know that we really want them on the team or we believe they can do it. And how many team, put a number to this, how many team are you going to have in Punamita with you? So just taking ownership by implementing what we all do, the pro system on the homepage of the This Is It team, pointing your team to the Zooms and watching them yourselves, following up, all of this naturally builds your business. You just have to commit to doing it and being intentional. And it's going to cause not only you to advance in rank, but it's going to cause your teamwork to advance in ranks. And that is when the fun really begins. And I asked Jens the other day, I said, you know, I see what's happening right now and how we're like almost getting free advertisement like Mike Tyson, but nobody knows what the patch is. They don't know how to get it. And I asked him, I said, will there ever be another season like this in the years to come with LifeWave? Now I know LifeWave has so much stuff coming down the pike. It's mind blowing. But the point I want to say is that right now, this is the season. We are building momentum. The momentum in St. Augustine is still building. I'm reaching Jacksonville, Port Orange, Daytona. I'm learning all kinds of cities I didn't know to capture and build the momentum here. And I'm looking for you guys to grab hold or to help us build it, because that is going to be what actually brings the success to this area. And it truly is $1 million window of opportunity right now, and it's waiting on you. I wanted to mention, since Jens isn't on here, he did do a little clip the other day. He handed me and said, hey, see if this will help the team. And it's about when he used to commercial fish and do fishing. And he was saying, you know, fishing's good when the fish are running, but it's a lot harder when the fish aren't running. And so what he was trying to relate that back to is we're creating momentum. So this is the time to be running, no matter what area you're in. If you're not in St. Augustine, that's okay. Create momentum where you are. Let us help you create that momentum. And keep bringing new people along and helping as many as you can to go manager. That's the foundation. We're just doing the same thing over and over. That's what's giving your business life. And if you're not doing that, your business is going backwards. So make sure you're constantly staying steady and moving forward. And I want to make one more point on the holidays. Don't take the holidays off. It is the best time of the year to bless others and to share. And if you feel like, you know, paying for the virtual tickets too much for you, right now it's $155, then ask your family if they would be willing to give that to you for your Christmas gift, because that is a gift that's going to keep right on giving. And you're going to be able to bless and bring so many people with you. And that that thought came from somebody's training the last couple of weeks. There was another point, I think Ken Robinson made it, and he said, you know, when somebody says, oh, my team's not doing this, or my team this, or, you know, kind of like I'm struggling with my team. He said, you know what I say? Good, go build another one. Go build another one. But what Jens and I say is, God, help us to go build another team because we've done this too. You're not alone if you're doing it. We've done it too. And so, how have we done it? Well, Jack Canfield spoke at the LifeWave Global Convention, and he said, he gave us an acronym. It was a bold capital BHAG. Get some big, hairy, audacious goals for yourself. Well, for Jens and I, as I said, we ask the Lord and we declare it over ourselves. Using Ephesians 3:20, this is what we're declaring over all of you. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. So you're not alone. You're not in this journey alone. Call on the Lord to help you. Let that be the thing that takes the stress and the pressure off of you, because you all have this. You have it coming when convention comes January 10th and 11th. You can be at a different rank than you are today if you take the challenge of beginning to run now through the holidays. And when you're out and about, just ask a simple question or two. Listen to what they say. If I say, hey, how are you today? And they start to tell me and I stop, I'll hear it all. And that's when I come back with the solution to their problem. And that's when I say, that's why I wear this. Oh yeah, you can't sleep. That's why I wear this. Oh, you need mental clarity. That's why I wear this. You need an extra side gig. That's why I wear this, because I know that I know that I know I have the answer to their problem, and I want to give the solution and be a blessing to them. But more importantly, if you don't know this, it is so much about the relationships that we've got to build with each and every one of you have changed our lives. I learned from you, you learned from me. And so I want you to know that we appreciate you, we value you, but we want to help you go to the next level. If you're striving towards a manager, then manager's the rank you're looking at. And how do you do that? By focusing on your 4 people. If you are manager striving for director, how do you do that? By helping the people that are ready to share. And I ask my personals to share as soon as I enroll them. We start right there. And that is how we move. And so when I loan out a sleeve to the local people, I'm saying to them, you can wear and your patches will be in 5 to 7 days and you can go patch. Let's do it. And so I just want you to be prepared, and I want you to know this is the time to put the pedal to the metal. Don't slow down. Take advantage of what the people going on around you, the people that are praying that you'll show up, and the people that are ready for something new in their lives. So God bless each and every one of you. And I'm going to